Welcome to my blog. I am JanStephen, James Cavanaugh, and for those of you first time to my blog sphere, a 300-word introduction to what I'm about. Otherwise, skip to the halfway mark of this tape and you'll pick up today's blog. I hold a doctorate in the field of human development. I have the markings of an old man much traveled and maybe a little wisdom. I think of myself as doctor to planet Earth humanity. Well, somebody has to do it. As my patient, I offer my observations, my diagnosis, my prognosis in matters of war and warming. These are existential threats to my patient. They are the same thing, patriarchy gone mad, in needing of a rebalance. As the prophets prophesize, I am hopeful that planet Earth humanity will grow into a law-based civilization, as the great books command us to do, and an age of peace. And the really good news is, with the World Wide Web, planet Earth humanity, if we think collectively, we're a whole. And if we act as a whole, we can make that happen. The activation of that will, if you will, is what stands between us and an age of peace. And my hope is to start a global conversation to get that done. There is a new dawn. There's a dawning of a new epoch before us. We are in epic ending times. That's why things are so distressed, as they always are in epic changing times. And for the first time ever, planet Earth humanity has the power to influence what that next epic might be. An age of peace. Can be done. So with that in mind, let me go to today's blog entitled Socialism, November 2025. With the election of Social Democrat Zohran Mamdani as mayor of New York City, the issue of socialism and American politics is very alive. Right-leaning intellectual elites telling their followers socialism has never worked and never will. Their reading of history is faulty, now cited. Social democratic countries, Google it, are always at the top of the list among the best places for common folk to live. And there's still rich people as well. Canada's NDP, New Democratic Party, is a socialist party. But we do not have to look overseas to see the positive benefits of socialism. It's what socialism is hitched to that makes a big difference. If it's an authoritarian socialism, well, you get what you get with authoritarianism. If it's democratic socialism, well, you see some benefits. The socialist agenda of FDR saved our nation from financial ruin brought on by corruption and greed. FDR's 1930s socialist vision, which Republicans deplored. Remember Grandpa Reagan telling us those grandparents had it all wrong? But what came from that is brought us back to life as a nation to help win World War II and pay for it. Noted as the greatest generation, a tax structure that built the best and largest, richest middle class since Rome. And then in the 80s, the capitalists took over. So here we are, almost 100 years later. 1930 is not that far away. A debtor nation, infrastructure challenged. Capitalism has corrupted our body politic. King George declared us socialists. Maybe it's time for us to return to our socialist roots. I offer we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, that's always the hallmark of a social democracy, to ensure domestic tranquility, the law will be used to keep the peace, to provide for common defense, spelt with a small d, by the way. The other two are spelt with a capital D. Interesting. To promote the general welfare, spelt with a capital, to secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves. It's all kind of, there's always be poor among us, okay, but poverty is a whole other thing. I was raised poor on a farm, land rich but dirt poor kind of, or cash poor kind of thing. But we had new boots every now and again and overalls, and there was a foundation that you could work your way up. That's social democracy at work. But here we are, almost 100 years later, a debtor nation, infrastructure challenged. Capitalism has corrupted our body politic. It's time for a course correction, and socialism is the solution. God bless.